This video shows the options available in Program Settings. To see the various program options, we need to open up the Program Settings screen, and we can do this by either clicking on the Program Settings icon or by going down to the Settings tab. Let's go ahead and click on the Settings tab, and once here, we're going to click on All Program Settings. We're now looking at the Program Settings screen. The first three items are all related to screen fonts. You can change the screen prompt font, the screen data font, and then the screen font size to make it larger or smaller. The next two options control where your inspection files are being saved. The inspection files location is where your inspection files will be saved by default when you go to Save or Save As. And by default, this is in the PDspect 7 folder inside of your Documents folder. After that is the Archive location. And this is where the program is going to store your archived inspections. And PDspect automatically creates a backup of all of your inspections and stores this backup in the archive location. Every time you save an inspection, it will save a copy of it in your inspection files location as well as this archive location. And you can change the location of either of these by simply clicking on the Locate button and then selecting the new folder that you want the files to go to. Next, we have options in a series of checkboxes. Let's start with the left column. First, we have Auto-Save File Between Categories. If this option is checked, then every time you switch categories in your inspection, PDspect will automatically save your file. Next is a checkbox for Default to First Rating on Description Entry. This option isn't used with vehicle inspections, and so therefore it does not matter if it's checked or unchecked, and you can simply ignore it. Next, we have Let Programs Sort drop-down lists. When this is checked, PDspect will sort all of your drop-down lists for you. If you want to sort the list on your own, simply uncheck the box. After that is a checkbox for Show Ratings Individually. If this item is checked, then instead of having a drop-down for your ratings, you have a series of circles to select from. It is important to note that checking this option will not impact the way the printed report looks, only the way the screen looks. Moving on to the right column, we have Allow Entry of Cost Estimates. When this box is checked, you have the option to enter a cost to repair or replace for each line item. For more information on cost estimates, see the tutorial on using cost estimates. Next is Don't Prompt for Add to List. If this option is checked, then the program will no longer prompt you to add an item to one of your description drop-down lists when you enter something that's not already in them. After that is Don't Prompt to Set Defaults. This option is not used with vehicle inspections, and so therefore it does not matter if it's checked or unchecked, and you can simply ignore it. And then the final checkbox is for Autocomplete Text Entries. This is a PC-only feature, and if this is checked, the program will complete an item in your description box with an entry from your library after you have entered the initial letter. It is important to note that this is case sensitive. Below the checkboxes, we have an option for Screen Image Size. This option allows you to change the size that pictures show up on the input screen after they have been added into the report. Next, we have Data Model, Import from v6.5, and Import from v6. The two import buttons will allow you to import your information from a previous version of PDspect. And Data Model is set to Universal by default, and this option only impacts a small number of users and should not be changed unless you're directed to do so by PDspect. Below this, we have Username and Password. This is where you can input the username and password you receive from PDspect to be able to use the cloud drive. Both the username and password are case sensitive, and they must be entered exactly the way they appear in the email you receive from PDspect. To the right of the password box, we have a button for Test and Reset License. Test is a helpful option that lets you test to make sure the username and password you have entered is correct. Once you enter the information in, it's recommended that you click on this Test button. If the information you entered is correct, you'll get a message saying that you connected successfully. If it's not correct, you'll get an error message and you'll need to re-enter it. If you click on Reset License, this will clear out your username and password so that you can re-enter them from scratch. Next, we have Change Email Template. This option gives you the ability to change the text that appears in your email by default when you create a PDF in PDspect and then tell the program to email it. To the right of this, we have a box for cost estimate settings. You can click on this to change settings associated with cost estimates if you choose to enter them. And then finally, on the right side, we have default image size. This is where you change the size that pictures are added into your report at by default. This concludes the video on the program settings available with the PC version of PDspect.